sounds bouncing all over the place. Amazing. Hey, this is Reagan Ram.
And I'm Haley Ram.
And we are Andromeda Coast, and you're watching part 2 of our studio construction series on our vlog. And so if you haven't already, definitely check out part 1. That should be popping up on the screen somewhere.
It's very amusing.
Now this is a continuation of that, and we're going to talk about how that went. First off, before we even started improving our studio, I knew I had to get better monitors, which is, if you're not a music producer, they're speakers. So to get better speakers, because the ones I had, when I got them, I didn't really know what I needed, and the ones I ended up getting were a little too bassy, too much bass frequencies, so I had to get...
Apparently he's not all about the bass.
I had to get speakers that were more linear, so that means like what you hear is what you get, and your ears weren't being tricked. Just so happened that at my school, my instructor was friends with a sales rep at IK Multimedia, which is a great company, and he came in and demonstrated these brand new speakers that they just came out with called iLouds. And so I listened to them. Those were amazing. They're really small, so they're really portable. I'm not really have a mobile studio right now, but it also makes them great for a small space, and you're not getting as much, your ears aren't being tainted as much by the room. So as you can see, I am unboxing my iLoud monitors, and we have our cables, very important. Nice. Sweet. Very small, very compact. It's very powerful. Look at that. Very small. Very compared to what I currently have, which are Rocket 5s. Very big, very bassy, too bassy for my studio space right now. Then put in this. Boom. Amazing. So that makes it really great for our studio. So I got those monitors, and I think those really made a huge difference for when I was mixing the Future Cop remix song.
Yeah.
Naraya Tanai, I think it's how was it called again?
Nari Tanai?
Nari Tanai. I can always forget the name of the song. It's in Bengali. Yeah, so we don't even know if we're pronouncing it right.
Be wrong.
I think we looked it up.
Yeah.
We looked up the pronunciation of it.
Yeah, we did.
So that's how it was pronounced.
Good old Google.
So anyway, those really helped because before I was trying to mix in with my other speakers, and I was just getting frustrated because it was sounding okay in the studio and in like headphones, but elsewhere it wasn't sounding good. And also I was just, I feel like I wasn't hearing as precisely as I needed to hear. So I feel like these new monitors helped a lot.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, well, yeah, we were listening to some of our songs and we were like hearing stuff that we hadn't heard before. So that was really really helpful.
It makes a difference.
Being a student, I also got an amazing deal and got like everything, all of the IK software on the site. So now I have like all this amazing virtual software that will help improve our music.
Yeah, it's funny because he did an unboxing of the IK Multimedia stuff, which is basically just, they send you a huge box.
Yeah, a huge box that had the key, you know, the software key to unlock all the software. It's just like a little key.
It's just a tiny key. But they sent it in such a big box. So anyway, I didn't know he'd done that. So then I was, this is very rare of me, but I was just scrolling through Instagram, and I saw this picture he had taken with the box, and I was like, ooh, who's this hottie? I mean, obviously I know it was my husband. I wouldn't say that about anybody else, but I was just like, wow, this picture looks really good. He's very photogenic.
Fix my hair.
But anyway, I just thought that was funny, that whole picture.
Yeah, so
unboxing.
That's the story of
and you better show the picture.
Our studio gear. Yeah. Picture. Yeah, so that's that story. We have a tiny house that we're renting from, and the really only space we had is in what's basically a sunroom, which is where we're sitting in right now. And
yeah, there's no insulation or anything. It's basically like a porch.
It's kind of like a porch, but it's under air. It's like a rectangle, and the whole space we'll have to walk around and record it.
Yeah.
B-roll. Got some B-roll going on right now. Look at that. Oh, look at that beautiful B-roll. So beautiful. So you see that, see right here, you got windows. It's basically all glass.
Glass,
just all around glass. The floor is tile, and then the walls are, concrete. So if you don't...
Very stable house.
Right.
Stood Hurricane Irma.
Yeah, we got through Hurricane Irma. But anyway, so if you don't know much about acoustics, what that means is you're going to have a lot of sounds bouncing all over the place, and those, for one, can cancel each other out, which is really bad.
Very bad.
Or they just, you're hearing stuff that's not there. So you're not hearing stuff that is there, and you're not hearing stuff that is there. Did I say that
One
right?
could say that we have faulty ears, but
So-
that's the room.
Right. So the goal was to create as much absorption as possible. So when you're creating a studio room, the goal is not to make it soundproof, which is kind of a myth, but you want to acoustically treat it so that you're hearing as accurately as possible. So our original plan was, this is it right now. It's kind of messy right now. But as you can see, we're getting ready to clean everything out of here, and then we're completely rearrange the room. And this is actually, this is actually our plan right now. So this is a little diagram of the room. And so this is what the new room's gonna look like. So I have a new desk, and so that's gonna be right here. It's gonna go catty corner, so it'll be right in this corner right here. We're gonna hopefully put some shelves around that. Of course, the bass traps will go in all the corners. The couch that's here right now, we're going to try and fit that in right here, and the desk, this current desk, is going to go over where that table is. So,
because we'd seen this video that someone had done a test of the best materials that absorb sound, and so towels was the thing, was the material that absorbed the most. So we were going to create like curtains basically out of towels and hang them all over the windows, and our door frame and everything to absorb the sound. But obviously, one, that was a huge undertaking, and I mean, we were still gonna go with it, but then
we found out like towels at Goodwill were still like $3 or $4 per towel or something.
For a used towel. I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous.
So it's gonna be kind of pricey. So the whole point was to find stuff that was like cheap.
We did end up with a lot of towels, but we used them for different things. But before we move on to what the other towels were used for.
Yeah, so after we went to Goodwill, we decided to look on Facebook Marketplace, and that's where we found. We decided not to go with the towel plan for our studio. Instead, we looked up on Facebook Marketplace, never done this before, and found someone who was selling acoustic foam. Our plan is to actually get this acoustic foam, and it is much cheaper than buying it in the store, so this should be a perfect solution. So we're just a few minutes away, so we'll let you know what the results are. By the way, we got lots of acoustic foam. Bought this off Facebook Marketplace. This is the foam I was talking about earlier. Also got a rug here we're going to put down to help absorb some more frequency. So yeah, only downside of this foam is obviously someone used it before, because that's part of someone's wall that came off. Except for, there he goes. That is actually from, from our previous mattress.
We took our mattress apart.
Yeah, we took our whole bed apart because we got a new bed, and we took it, it was like all falling apart, and that was foam from like underneath the mattress or something. Or,
yeah, it was like there were two sheets of it. There were two sheets of it.
So I saw that, and I'm like, oh,
it was
acoustic foam.
hilarious.
I need that. Let's keep that.
It was like.